Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On the show today, we feature the Somnath Temple in Gujarat, which marks 75 years since reconstruction. We also try flying over the desert in Ladakh's Nubra Valley.
1, 2, 3. Never leave your right hand.
And cover festivals from China to the Cannes Film Festival. Let's start. On Gujarat's Arabian Sea coast stands Somnath, one of Hinduism's most sacred temples and a symbol of resilience through centuries of history. India recently marked 75 years since the restored shrine's post-independence inauguration, celebrating faith, heritage, and the temple's journey from repeated destruction to renewal.
On
the 11th of May 2026, Prime Minister Narendra Modi offered prayers at the Somnath Temple in Gujarat. The sacred ritual was part of the Somnath Amrit Mahotsav, commemorating 75 years since the inauguration of the restored temple by India's first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, post-independence. The event witnessed participation from saints, devotees and dignitaries from across the country.
आज इस अवसर पर मैं केवल 75 वर्षों की झांकी नहीं देख रहा हूं, मैं यहां देख रहा हूं विनाश में सृजन के संकल्प को, जिसे सोमनाथ ने चरितार्थ किया है।
Dedicated to Lord Shiva, the Somnath Temple stands at Prabhas Patan in what is now Gir Somnath district on Gujarat's southwestern coast. It is a Triveni Sangam, which is the confluence of three rivers, Kapila, Hiran and Saraswati. It also houses the first of Shaivism's 12 Jyotirlingas, the most sacred Shiva shrines in Hinduism, making it a site of immense religious significance. Across more than 1,000 years of history, the temple has experienced repeated disruption from political conquests, regime change and shifting of power structures. Let's take a look at some of the major attacks on the temple. In January 1026, the temple is believed to have faced its first major recorded attack by Mahmud of Ghazni. Mahmud of Ghazni had raided and plundered the Somnath temple, breaking its Jyotirlinga. He even looted 20 million dinars, which is equivalent to billions of dollars today. This led to the start of a long period during which the temple was repeatedly destroyed and rebuilt over centuries. In 1299, the temple was destroyed on the orders of Alauddin Khilji. Then, Muhammad bin Tughlaq attacked in 1326. And it was also invaded in 1395 and looted in 1451 before Aurangzeb ordered its destruction in the 17th century. But each demolition was followed by restoration. The current structure, known as the Kailash Mahameru Prasad, is the 7th temple on the site and stands 155 feet tall. Beyond its religious significance, the temple is setting new benchmarks in sustainability. Somnath is emerging as a pioneer in environmental conservation, aiming to become India's first net zero temple. Each year, the shrine draws more than 97 lakh or 9.7 million devotees, blending spiritual experience with the views of the Arabian Sea coastline, offering a mix of devotion and coastal serenity. Today, the identity of the Somnath Temple is being strengthened as a world-class pilgrimage and tourist destination, symbolizing India's enduring spiritual, historical, and cultural resilience.
We traveled to Ladakh for one of India's toughest endurance races, the Silk Route Ultra Marathon. But deep in Nubra Valley, we stumbled upon another kind of thrill altogether. High above the cold desert, surrounded by the Karakoram Mountains, adventure tourism in Ladakh is taking flight, quite literally. We came to Ladakh to cover the Silk Route Ultra Marathon, an endurance challenge set against some of the world's highest and harshest terrain. But while exploring Nubra Valley during the trip, we discovered another kind of adrenaline rush. Not a race on the ground, but a chance to fly above a Himalayan cold desert on one of the world's highest altitude ziplines. Naturally, we had to check it out. Let's check out what it's like. Hello, G. Can I have one ticket, please?
For a zipline?
Yeah, one zipline ticket. There we go. Wow. We are ready. That's what it looks like. Adventure tourism in Ladakh is evolving fast, from river rafting and ATV rides to mountain marathons and now high-altitude ziplining. Travelers are discovering new ways to experience the dramatic landscapes of Nubra Valley. And this ride promises something rare, the chance to fly above a Himalayan desert surrounded by the Karakoram Mountains. As you climb towards the launch point, the landscape opens up around you. Below lie the rocky valleys and sand dunes that make Nubra one of the most surreal places in India, a desert at Himalayan altitude. Have a look at this glove. It's like a full-on boxing glove. There are very few places in the world where you can glide above a cold desert at this altitude, surrounded by mountains in every direction.
Alright, so I'm at the jump-off point right now. I'll be wearing this harness, GoPro in one hand, and special boxing gloves. One hand goes on the wire, well, not on the wire, but on the pulley. The other one will be for the GoPro. Now, we'll send you guys down there to the collection point, and hopefully I'll reach.
In Ladakh, adventure is no longer just about reaching remote places. It is about experiencing them from entirely new angles. And in Nubra Valley, few experiences make you feel that freedom more than flying above the roof of the world.
I'm pretty pumped right now, pretty full of adrenaline. The whole setup got pretty warm and it started screaming when I went down this thing. Wow, that's the longest zip-up I've ever gone down, I guess.
Over to the waters of China's southeast coast, where centuries-old maritime traditions came alive in spectacular fashion. From colorful sea parades in Saikung to grand ceremonies on Meishu Island, devotees gathered to honor Tin Hau and Mazu, revered sea goddesses believed to protect fishermen and sailors.
A vibrant Tin Hau Sea Parade filled the waters of Saikung on Friday as worshippers celebrated the birthday of Tin Hau, the revered protector of fishermen and sailors. Around 50 fishing boats, draped in colorful flags, sailed through the waters of Hai Island, carrying locals, performers and devotees praying for calm seas, safety and prosperous fishing in the year ahead.
I've never experienced a sea parade following sea goddess, Mazu, before. This is a rare opportunity. This is a grand Tin Hau birthday celebration held once every 2 years, part of Hong Kong's traditional culture. So it's truly precious, worth commemorating, and hopefully worth passing on.
Onshore, thousands gathered at temples and along parade routes as dragon and lion dancers performed to the beat of drums and gongs, while traditional Cantonese opera echoed through the celebrations.
I've been involved in this activity since I was 8 years old. The change is that more and more people have come to know about it. There are even foreign tourists, and our lion dance team also includes foreigners. I think lion and dragon dances and festivals like Tin Hau's birthday, these all represent Hong Kong very well.
The festival reflects Hong Kong's deep maritime roots. Long before becoming a global metropolis, the city was built around fishing communities that looked to Tin Hau for protection at sea. Today, dozens of Tin Hau temples across Hong Kong continue to preserve that heritage, with celebrations held annually on the 23rd day of the third lunar month.
I watched the sea parade for Tin Hau's birthday, the boats accompanying Tin Hau. It was truly breathtaking. This is the first time I've seen such a cultural activity. I was deeply moved by the local customs, the warmth of the people, and their unwavering dedication, faith, and reverence in preserving their traditional culture.
And from Hong Kong's centuries-old maritime traditions, we travel further along the Chinese coast to another grand celebration dedicated to a guardian of the seas. Nearly 10,000 devotees from China and abroad gathered on Saturday on Mazu Island to celebrate the 1066th anniversary of the birth of Mazu, the beloved sea goddess worshipped by coastal communities across Asia.
As long as Taiwan people go through the necessary procedures to visit Mazu in Mazu, everyone is eager to apply to come. There are many young people, so the tradition will definitely be carried on.
Held in the seaside city of Fujian in East China's Fujian province, the ceremonies saw worshippers pray for peace, safety, and prosperity. Mazu is revered as the protector of fishermen and sailors, and her influence stretches far beyond mainland China, especially across Taiwan, where thousands of temples trace their origins back to Mazu Island, considered the spiritual home of Mazu culture.
Taiwan's Mazu culture also has a very rich heritage, so we hope to use this shared cultural connection as a bridge to foster meaningful interaction between the two sides. I hope that tourism professionals from both sides can exchange ideas about Mazu culture, as this will help encourage regular exchanges between the tourism industries on both sides.
Adding a touch of glamour to this year's event was Chinese actress Liu Tao, who was named the Global Ambassador for Mazu Culture Promotion in 2025. She became closely associated with the goddess after portraying Mazu in a popular 2013 television series, earning her the nickname of a living Mazu among fans online.
Every May, the picturesque town of Cannes transforms into a cinematic paradise with the Cannes Film Festival. But beyond the red carpet and exclusive premieres, the city comes alive with experiences tourists can soak in. Here's a feature of what's on offer during this glamorous season.
Along the Mediterranean coastline in southern France, Cannes is known for its luxury lifestyle, scenic beaches, and elegant boulevards. Lined with designer boutiques and fine dining restaurants, the city attracts millions of tourists every year. And every May, Cannes undergoes a dramatic transformation as filmmakers, actors, producers, and cinema lovers from around the world gather in the coastal town for one of the most prestigious film festivals on Earth. Founded in 1946 in the aftermath of World War II, the Cannes Film Festival was created to celebrate artistic freedom and cinematic excellence. Over the years, it has grown into one of the most influential events in global cinema, premiering films of high artistic value. The Cannes Film Festival is a stage of honor in the world of cinema. At the center of the festival's attention is the Palme d'Or, the festival's biggest attraction. Crafted from 24-karat gold and crystal, the iconic trophy is the symbol of cinematic excellence and artistic achievement. Over the years, acclaimed filmmakers such as Quentin Tarantino, Bong Joon-ho, and Jane Campion have taken home the prestigious award.
If we're talking about real value, that's not the case with the palm, because the value of the palm is that it's the most sought-after prize in the world of cinema. But yes, gold costs almost twice as much as it did last year, so it's worth more. And all the other palm have increased in value.
The festival is held at the Palais des Festivals et des Congrès, the massive waterfront venue where film premieres, press conferences, and iconic red carpet appearances take place. The famous staircase outside the venue has become one of the most photographed spots in the entertainment world, with celebrities arriving in designer outfits before flashing cameras and cheering crowds. For visitors, even catching a glimpse of the arrivals has become part of the Cannes experience.
My wife behind us would definitely want to see some of the stars. I'm a bit, can take it or leave it, but I just love being in the vicinity of where it all happens.
Young cinema enthusiasts can also get a chance to be part of the experience through the Cinephile Accreditation Program. The initiative allows selected applicants between the ages of 18 and 28 to attend certain screenings and discover world cinema. Though access is limited, the program has become a gateway for aspiring filmmakers and passionate movie lovers to experience Cannes firsthand. Also, Cannes is famous for the Marché du Film, the world's largest film market. With more than 15,000 industry professionals attending every year, it serves as a global meeting point for producers, distributors, streaming platforms, and investors. It is here that film rights are sold, international collaborations begin, and future blockbusters often find their path to audiences worldwide.
I think it's going to be a good year, and I think, at least for the cinema box office, the trend in the past months has been very good and much better than last year. So we can see the resilience of cinema throughout the years, throughout the crisis.
Here's an interesting tip. One of the best ways to see movies for free is at the open-air screenings at Mace Beach. Grab a picnic blanket and head to the beach for open-air cinema. Free film screenings under the stars, right opposite the legendary Hotel Majestic. It's the perfect way to experience Cannes' love affair with film. But Cannes isn't only about film. Stroll down La Croisette, the city's legendary promenade with luxury boutiques, waterfront cafes, and a perfect sea breeze. It's where glamour meets leisure, with 2 kilometers of pure elegance and unbeatable people watching. Need some pampering? Check into iconic hotels like the Carlton Intercontinental or Hotel Martinez. Lounge on private beaches and sip rosé under striped parasols. For the more adventurous, Cannes Golden Beaches offer water sports galore, from paddleboarding to jet skiing, or just a lazy swim in the Mediterranean's turquoise waters. And if yachts are your thing, welcome to paradise. Whether sailing or just admiring from shore, it's a feast for the eyes. As night falls, Cannes comes alive. Chic bars, glittering casinos, rooftop soirees. The nightlife here is legendary, especially during the festival. Who knows, you might even dance next to a Hollywood A-lister. So whether you're a film buff, a beach bum, a lover of all things luxury, or a cultural explorer, Cannes offers something for everyone. And during the film festival, the magic is dialed up. The Cannes Film Festival runs till May 24th, but the charm of Cannes, well, that lasts all year round.
A scenic mountain trail in Switzerland turned into a real-life Sherlock Holmes set. Fans of the famous detective traveled through forests, cliffs, and waterfalls to recreate Holmes' legendary final showdown at the Reichenbach Falls. Take a look.
It looked like a scene straight out of a mystery novel. In the mountains of Switzerland, Sherlock Holmes fans dressed up in Victorian-era costumes and brought the famous detective back to life. Around 60 members of the Sherlock Holmes Society of London travelled to the iconic Reichenbach Falls, the place where Holmes supposedly fought his enemy, Professor Moriarty, in 1891. Men in long coats and hats, women in elegant dresses, walking sticks, moustaches and tweed jackets everywhere. For one weekend, it felt like time had gone backwards. Every fan arrived dressed as a different character from the Sherlock Holmes universe. Some came as Sherlock Holmes himself, while others dressed as Dr. Watson, Mrs. Hudson, and even smaller characters from the stories. Against the dramatic mountain backdrop, the event looked more like a movie shoot than a fan gathering.
It's been great. Camaraderie, always on the Sherlock Holmes Society trips, is wonderful because we have this sort of common bond. We have very little in common in real life, but we are brought together by the Sherlock Holmes canon, as we call it, the books, and people from all over the world, as there are on this trip.
It was huge fun, yeah. I've done it before a few times, but I think this might have been my best effort so far, actually. You get the moves a bit better each time you do it.
The fans spent 3 days visiting Sherlock Holmes-related locations across Switzerland. The narrow trail beside the powerful waterfall became the center of attention as visitors stopped to watch the costumed crowd make their way through the mountains.
I have been a long-time lover of Sherlock Holmes. I met him when I was 10 years old. I was transported by his analytical, brilliant mind and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's description. So far, it's been amazing. It's a total immersion into the Victorian world of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
I think Sherlock Holmes always attracts every generation, very often in different ways. It is very often film stars and movie stars and Sherlock Holmes TV series that sort of lead to an increase of enthusiasm for Sherlock Holmes. Yes, we have seen that, yes. And I would say it's a hobby or an enthusiasm that goes really across generations.
The trip finally ended at the famous cliffside location where Holmes and Professor Moriarty's fictional final battle took place. The fans recreated the dramatic fight near the waterfall as crowds gathered to watch. With the loud sound of water crashing behind them, the actors recreated the iconic moment where Holmes and Moriarty disappear over the edge. For Sherlock Holmes fans, it was a chance to step inside the world of mystery, detective stories, and one of fiction's most loved characters.
That's all we have for you on the show this week, but we return with more next weekend. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off.